What's cracking, everybody? My smart guy, Matt Sapaula here, hailing to you from Dallas, Texas, from the PHP studios here at the PHP home office. And we are excited about this episode today. We not only have a former baseball player turned into entrepreneur, but we have my co-host here, Rodolfo Vargas, first generation casual millionaire from El Salvador, Mr. King of Papusas. Rodolfo, how you doing, brother?
Matt, I'm so excited today. We're going to have a great show today. We have the one and only Chris Solis from Los Angeles, and we cannot wait to hear his story.
All this in this episode. Make sure you share this video, and let's get this popping. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's. Okay, we're back. Let's get this show on the road. We're going to be talking about business planning today. We're going to be talking about what you're seeing in the economy today. The holiday season is now in full swing. What does that mean for entrepreneurs? What does it mean for you that's inside the insurance industry? What opportunities can we uncover? Also, we have a special video that our company's been working on. We want to share with you from our last retreat, which is the next board council retreat. It was held at the Breakers in Palm Beach, Florida, which was a hotel built by Henry Flagler, one of the partners of the Rockefellers, and we hosted our next board council retreat there. So we have that video to share with you in this episode. And Rodolfo, I'm excited about this guest we have on today. Number 2 in the Leaders Bulletin overall in the company last night. We finished off Fall Madness as a company last night, competition between agencies and agencies. It's so funny, Rodolfo. I talked to other guys in the insurance industry. They're like, what do you mean close out? What do you close out? Bro, take it easy. What do you mean there's a closeout? What? Competition? What do you mean? We've been in business for 68 years. Competition. You can't compete with us. Are you sure? Are you sure? Well, that's why. PHP, we are disrupting the industry. Rodolfo, how was closeout for you last night? And also, can you please introduce our guest?
Extremely competitive. You know, it's our culture. We have the famous Fall Madness that it just finished yesterday. And to tell you what's insane. And we were like, I think I went to bed, 9 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. I went to sleep. And then I woke up. No, I did it. Okay. We had a famous closeout. And people were at the office. You know what's interesting, Matt, in our culture? And our office was open the entire day. You have no idea. People didn't want to leave yesterday. It was late. It was super late. I don't know if I'm going to scare some people what time it was, but it was already this morning, and people didn't want to leave. But I'm so excited today because this guy's a competitor. This guy was a professional baseball player. I know his family. Huh?
Baseball.
But I seen this guy throw the ball. But I seen this guy. Yes, like legit. Because we did an event one day, and we had you remember that you can throw the ball, you can see the speed, of the ball. Yeah. This guy crushed it. And he's competitive, wonderful family, his mom, his dad, beautiful people, good people. And I'm so excited to have him because he's one of the young rock stars that we have in the company. Super excited to have him. He runs his own agency, I believe, in Montebello, California. So do we have the youngster rock star? Do we have Chris Solis on the line?
Yes, we do, guys. Good to have you. We're good to be on the podcast. Pleasure to kind of tell a little bit more of my story and what's going on over here in Montebello, the little city of Montebello, right? So I just say LA that way. Oh, I know where LA is at.
So that's Montebello. It's not Montebello. What am I doing?
Montebello.
You can say it 2 ways, Montebello or Montebello. You can go with an accent.
2 L's. There's 2 L's, like Aya, right? Like
yeah.
I get it now. I get it. So that's where Oscar De La Hoya is from, right? Isn't that
yes.
Right? A former investor of PHP Agency and former Olympic boxing champion and golden boy who is in your neighborhood. It's from your neighborhood.
Yes.
So Chris, talk to us, man. What were you doing beforehand? We kind of mentioned it. What made sense for you to come into the insurance industry, knowing that you had no financial services, sales, business background when you first came on board to PHP?
So when I never woke up ever in my life saying I'm gonna go do insurance. I never thought about that. I think for me, I struggled a lot in school, very much so. And I played baseball practically my whole life, more than half my life. Well, now years are passing by, so it's not more than half my life now. But when I started playing baseball and I lost that career because I did not pay attention any time in school, any time in class, I was like, well, I'm going to invest all my chips into baseball because I love working with the team. I love being coached. I love competing. I love mentorship. And once that happened, I was like, okay, what's left? Because my grades are horrible. And I got an opportunity to get started with PHP at the age of 22 years old, not knowing nothing about finances, struggling with school, dyslexic disorder, ADD, all this stuff. And I'm like, well, how am I going to succeed in finances? And I was so blessed because not only do we have the coaches, not only do we work with the team, not only do we have a number one platform, if I would say, I would say nationwide, but in the world, if I got to say that, it's just been a similar feeling, just playing baseball again and just taking that skill set into this game and this platform. So it's been remarkable.
So how do you get started in the industry? Because how are you now? How old are you now?
So 27, next month 28. So time went by.
So how were you when you saw this business for the first time? And how was it? How did Chris Solis got recruited into the business?
Funny story. I was at just connecting with an individual, a good friend of mine at Home Goods, and I was looking for, I guess, a dog bed, and I had an individual come to me, and his name by the name of David Gomez introduced himself, and I was looking to get my real estate license. I was this close. I'm happy that I failed my license because if I didn't fail my license, I wouldn't be in this industry. And thank God for my studying, right? Gave me the opportunity at 22 years old. That's when I first sold my policy. And it was one of the most nervous appointments I've ever did. I was shaking the whole time to the point where the client felt bad for me that they got the policy, even though I didn't explain nothing to them. It's like, just give me a policy, man. You're like, I feel sorry for you. Which one you want me to choose? So it's like, get this one, please.
So in Montebello, right? Talk to us about the experience you had selling into the Latino community. And say, I want a policy. What's some of the things that you personally may have had yourself in terms of what life insurance is all about as a youngster that you had previously before coming to PHP?
So it's so crazy that right off the bat, I believed in the services because the first 2 months I lost a friend of mine at the restaurant business, and I told him about insurance prior to it. He was 21, 22 years old, and I told him about it. He's like, "Nah, I don't need it." In my head, when it first got started, I was like, "Okay, I guess I don't see it as well." And I thought like that for a moment because I was just starting. Little did I know, a month later, I go to the restaurant. We worked together at the restaurant. That was one of my first jobs. And I see a bucket with his picture on it.
Oh,
and I'm like, what is he trying to do? Like, and I started asking around, and he's like, he passed away. It's like, what do you mean he passed away? He's like, he died recently. And it was one of heartbreaking. I remember it was December 2016. And it was the same month I hit MD. And I was so heartbroken because at that moment, the quote I ran for him, that $25 quote would have given his family $500,000. Now I have to put money into that bucket, and they have to do GoFundMes and car washes. And it's the same thing in the Latino community. GoFundMe, car washes. I was like, I'm tired of this. This is what you see on a daily basis in Los Angeles. Right here down the street, you walk by, there's either a car wash or somebody asking for money because we're not prepared. And for me, it's like I sold out at that moment. I fell in love with the industry because I would never forget it. I have pictures with him. And the last day of the last day me working at the restaurant, and I came back to make offering the services, and I regret it because I know I could have done more. I know I could have pushed more. And after that moment, it's like, I'm gonna get better in explaining this, and I'm sold out to this. And after that, it's just been remarkable experiences and helping out a lot of families. Out of all the families, 99% of them are Latinos, and 99% of them I speak Spanish.
Matt, I've been in their office, Matt, and they actually do trainings in Spanish. They do Spanish training. They do a lot. There is a strong Spanish community over there in the office that Chris Solis is at. But tell me more. I believe Your dad is from Nicaragua. Your mom is from Mexico, right?
Yes,
So,
that's correct.
so tell us a little bit about them because I know your mom is in real estate. Your dad is also in real estate as well, right?
That's
So
correct. Yeah.
tell us a little bit about them because I believe that they play a big role in your success. And I know them. They're wonderful people. So tell us a little bit about them.
So mother has a big chip on her shoulder, and my mother came from Guadalajara, Jalisco, around the age of 18 years old, working as a maid. For a maid, she worked at a restaurant, Denny's, and at that moment, her dream was to open up a restaurant. Yeah, that was her biggest dream. And throughout that time, her father passed away at a young age, and she was the one sending money over there to Mexico. One day, somebody came up to her and told her about real estate. And my mom was in shock. I was like, what do you mean real estate? My mom was good at communication, server. She always worked her way up from maid to restaurant to manager. And this lady recognized that and said, you should get involved in real estate. And my mom's like, I don't speak any English. The lady laughed at her and she was like, Betty, everybody in Southern California speaks Spanish. At that moment on, my mom started in real estate. The first years, it was a struggle, and she gave it more time and consistency, and she became a first generation millionaire. She brought all her family from Mexico to the United States. She's led a big example in my life, and my father has been a big help with her as well. He worked as an electrician engineer and then retired to be able to work with my mother and expand her business. And great examples for me. I gotta say it's keeping the tradition and growing from there, because a lot of families, a lot of individuals say, I want to do this, I want to retire my parents. I'm like, well, I'm gonna need about a good $3 million income to retire them. Most people just need to make $500,000 or $100,000 to retire their parents. Like, I need it. In order for me to retire my mom, I need to make twice as much as her. So for me, it's like I look up to I idol both my parents and the work that they put in, because it gives me big shoes to fill, and I just want to be an example for them.
Chris, when you're looking at your transition into this industry, what were some of the things that you said, what was the most relatable to you in terms of taking your sports career and sports background into the insurance industry? Because historically speaking, the insurance industry is known to be like a very, very competitive organization. So how did you take your natural competitive drive and nature and translate over here? And what have you discovered in your years now here at PHP about how to really express that competitive drive?
I learned to accept failure. In baseball, you're gonna have great days, you're gonna have horrible days, and there are days that you're gonna, everybody gonna be talking about you, and then there's days like, what's going on, Chris? So taking that and going into PHP, I understood that, like, okay, there's always moments where you're gonna have to stay consistent. It's so simple because there are so many people that come into this industry that know more about the services than I do, but I know throughout that time is just maintaining, never giving up, maintaining consistency, and don't worry about like failing, because you got to get better. So I think if you can give me that opportunity in the company or any company like that, you can succeed. And that was what I saw in PHP, is that you don't have to be perfect in everything. You don't have to be the best speaker, the best on the phone, the best presenter, nothing like that. All you have to do is just stay consistent and you can succeed. And I was like, really, that's it? I was like, well, let's do it. And that's how it's been.
What is that? What is it that you show him at, Chris?
Yes, that's the senator. He came to visit our office and we did the ribbon cutting. So it was all in Spanish, by the way. We did the ribbon cutting. We had the Chamber of Commerce come visit us as well, and it was remarkable. We never did that. I think I give it up for Matt. If it wasn't for Matt, that picture and the senator would not be there today, because he said, "Go be the mayor of your city." So I invited the mayor and the senator to our office. And like I said, I take great mentorship from both of you, and a lot of it has to do with how I present myself. That's our office over there in Montrose, Colorado. We also do podcasting over there as well. So it was a great day. We had a wine and wealth. We were just promoting that day, and we had a good over, I want to say 35 people show up. And matter of 1 week.
You're both in LA, Montebello, and also in Denver.
Montrose, Colorado. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, you know, we're thinking about after I saw the McDonald's movie, I was like, okay, it's time to franchise.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's so
Beautiful.
nice, man. Tell us about tell us about your wife. Tell us a little bit about her and so how you guys work. That's a nice Maserati over there, by the way.
So that's hers and that's
You got
mine.
Maserati too, right?
I have a Maserati. Yeah, I have the SUV Maserati as well.
There it is. That's you right there.
It's
Yeah.
just-
So yeah, so that's hers and then that's mine. I'll say, hey, honey, why don't we just match colors and cars,
ha 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 ha.
and then we'll just look good in front of the office, right? But a little bit about Steph. She's from Michoacan. She's very prideful Michoacan, and she is teacher background. She's a teacher, and went to Cal State, Cal State, LA, and she started this part-time basis. And from that moment on, she started part-time and realized that her part-time was making more money than her job as a teacher. And she was working with her brother. I got to know her brother first, and I work with her brother, Christian Arceo. Got started with us, and Steph was supporting her brother and her mother in this business. And long story short, you know, it was that moment of like, you know, we had a great connection. I got to know Steph, her family more, and I mean, we got started in this business. We got married. I want to say about like about to be almost 2 years, and it's been remarkable us working together as a family. We did our photo shoot recently. So that was fun, right there. I think we did it over there in oh my God, I don't even remember. What was that? It wasn't, I forgot the city it was at, but it was amazing area we did. We did the whole family photo shoot for Thanksgiving. But I think what excites us both is that we have big visions. Like we don't settle for just average. We always think about we want to do this for our family. I think what I admire about Sapaula is I want to make sure my parents are always taken care of, and that's her mother right there, Maria Arceo. And she works with us. She's going to be a next marketing director, working directly with us. So I'm excited that we work in a family-based office. And Steph has her mother there. I have my mother there. And then we tell everybody, it's like, if your mother's not in the business, like, what's going on, guys? Look, our mothers are here.
So literally, that over there, everybody's family, Matt. Like
Everybody, brother, mother, sister, father.
Stephanie's mother, Stephanie's brother, is Chris' mother. Like that's the entire family there. You know, and Latinos, they have a lot of kids, so it's like you go over there, it's like a family reunion when you go to that office.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't be surprised if everybody's related. That's a interesting part. Is like, oh, you know this. Oh, you're related to this person. You have no idea how many times we bumped into our own family members in this business by accident, just because we're all connected.
Where you at? Is that an insurance conference?
That is Jam, and that's us. We're drinking apple juice at that moment at the.
So Martinelli's.
Martinelli's, yeah. Incredible event, spectacular. I mean, I gotta say, the best event ever. I've went to events. This event was just a game changer. I mean, like it was an eye opener for the organization, especially after the pandemic. And going there, I'm like, wow, blown away. And to hear this incredible speakers like yourself and Matt Sapaula, Mario Lopez, we got to hear Nicky Jam sing, and Mike Tyson. I gotta say, Mike Tyson was a very interesting interview. I didn't know what he was gonna say next. I think that's what always kept you engaged.
That's it, man. So what's it like though? Talk to us. I mean, in business with, so you and Steph got married. You both were single. You came to PHP, and you found out, hey, you know, I'm kind of like I'm digging you. I kind of like you, and let's date and let's get married. And
well, so, look, if you don't know this, because of you, you know, we got together. I don't think you even know the connection.
Because of Matt. Come on.
One day at the big event, this was I don't know what year, in 1819.
This is breaking news, everybody. We didn't know this. Matchmaker. I want my fee.
Matt, Steph came up to you. We weren't together yet, but we had some attraction towards each other. And Steph came up to you, and she was very emotional that day. I'm not sure if you remember it. I think she also has a picture of it. She asked you, this is going on in my business, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on. And I think you said, like, are you And she said, I'm looking, I'm trying to find a mentor. And you said, well, go find your mentor, go talk to Chris Solis.
Oh, I remember that. Yes.
But Solis, he said mentor. I think that we need to talk to Stephanie. She didn't hear good. She didn't hear well.
She misinterpreted. So she said, hey, I need a mentor. It's like, I can mentor you. I got private sessions. This is the cost for the private session. And literally that same night, we got more closer. We started connecting because she said, oh, Matt told me I needed to find a mentor. And at that moment, Steph and me she was in the team, but I never worked with her. Until that moment you said that, Matt, that's when she came out to me and said, yes, I'm looking for a mentor.
Well, Chris, listen, one thing I respect about you, you're not the type of guy, you're young, you're making money. You don't have a reputation of dating around. So sometimes people that make money, the young, single, they have that reputation. You're a value and principle guy, and want you to know that's what we love about the people that we've built in our company. The guys that don't sleep around and date around. You're never that guy, and that's not the type of men that we have here at PHP. That from a leadership standpoint. So and that's something that Rodolfo and I and Ricky and Vargas, Gaitans, and something we protect at the top to make sure we invoke values and principles within our company, because we value family, we value relationships, we value marriages. We don't value making a lot of money and sleeping around and this type of jazz that some organizations have inside their company. So what was your checklist though? I want to know what your checklist was. We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. So what was your checklist to say, I think I need to marry her. I think I can visit with her. I need to marry her. What's your checklist?
So, over time, you get to understand what you like, what you don't like, right, in a woman. And the checklist, I mean, if I would go into detail, first and foremost, she went above it. She created a new checklist for me. Let's just say that. I was like, oh, wow, I didn't even know you can even add this on the checklist. But first and foremost, I think what I fell in love with her, and I knew that Stephanie was the one, is one, she was always fair. She wasn't for herself, she was for everybody else. And I needed that, because that's how I am. I'm not like one selfish, nor do it's like, oh, it's only this particular individuals. It's like, how can we help out everybody? And that's what I love about an individual, is that it's not just you, it's who else can you take care of. So that already caught my heart. At that moment on, Latina, Spanish speaking. I was actually excited that she's from Michoacan, Michoacana, she says. And I mean, beautiful, humble background, ambitious, visionary. I mean, the list can go on. Great family, and our family connected with each other. My parents loved Stephanie from the get-go. Even prior to us being together, my father was like, hey, see that girl? See that girl up there? Hey. That I want you to. That's the one. That is the one. And I'm like, Dad, stop it, parale, right? And it's just all these things that were, for example, going to school, being a teacher. So right off the bat, teachers are patient people, so she has to be patient with me. So that attracted me a lot. So, in the list, like I said, I can go on with the list. Everything, her looks, her beauty. I mean, it was more than what I was asking for, and I was like, yep, she's the one. And we've been doing this business together, incredibly and blessed. And I guess when you ask God, like, find you the right individual in this business, and He will send you it. So. Yeah.
So it's so nice to see couples like that, in our business, because you get to build something together. In other agencies or in other businesses, people get to grow separate. The husband do one thing, the wife do another thing. But what's next for you, Chris? I know that you're coming up. Your name is coming up in every single meeting that we're having. Tomorrow we're gonna be having FAB meeting. We're having conversation about the future of the company. What's next for you? What are you gonna be doing? What do you think you're gonna be doing the next year, 2022? What is the team from Montebello is going to be doing? Tell us about that. Tell us about the future.
Well, one, we're projecting right now. I told the team in the next 2 to 3 years, we want to expand to 40 different offices, and we want a flag carrier for Andrew and Jennifer Gaines. He says he wants to expand nationwide. We want to be a big flag carrier on that part. I really branched out to a lot of locations, and I told Pat a while back. I said, Pat, you can rely on me. I know I got to get better. I know I need to do a lot of things, but you can rely on me that I'll take care of this company, whether you're here or when you're gone. So we are looking to wrap up executive vice president in next year, 2022, and promote multiple six-figure earners as well as watch earners. And we're blessed because we've been getting an incredible culture at the office. We just promoted an unofficial marketing director last night, a pastor, and I'm grateful because we're getting more closer to God. Every Mondays we have Bible study, and it's remarkable because we are relying on faith, and whatever the presence that we're attracting, it's incredible. The leaders that we're attracting is incredible, and his name is Josuelo Amadeus and Aguirre and Blanca Aguirre. And if it wasn't for Vanessa Maria, who just got promoted last month in October, not last month, November, October, they got promoted. That was their exchange. Now he hit MD the next month. So I'm proud of them and what they're doing as well. But just a lot of things going on. We're going to wrap up very close to $250,000, looking to hit $500,000 by 2022, and an executive vice president minimum.
Guys, if you're watching this podcast, you're watching the PHP Podcast here on the PHP Agency YouTube channel. If you haven't done so already, please share this episode with somebody that you may know in the Latino Spanish-speaking athletic background community. From Montebello, we have Chris Solis. My co-host today is Rodolfo Vargas from Houston, Texas. If you got questions, put it in the chat box. I'm seeing people right now in the chat box. We got Whoop Ellis saying good morning. We got Sonia Pena saying hello. Christine Savali saying Talofa PHP. We got Stephanie SRT Doll chiming in. We got John Garin chiming in. Justin Valle, Nana Ose, Yvette Perez, Nanette Inspirational Creations, Iviana Paxton Pura Vida, Donna Ellis. If you got questions for either Rodolfo, Chris Solis, or myself, put it in the chat below. What we'd like to do is share with you a little video, and our mics will be on, so we can comment on this. We can comment. I think we can watch. We can pause. We can watch. We can pause. We would take you into a little insight of our next board council retreat on us building the next wave of leadership with inside PHP Agency, because it's one thing to just sell life insurance, but it's another thing to build leadership. And we believe wholeheartedly in leadership and personal development. Before we share this video, Chris, I want to ask you this question. How have you felt coming into this business as a young man, as an athlete, as a single young man, as an athlete, and now how you've grown as an individual, how you've grown as a man, a husband, a leader in business, bringing senators and mayors to your grand opening? I mean, what's been your opinion and perspective on leadership and personal development?
Most people would say what the life I'm living is a dream, and I'm nowhere near close to where I want to be. And I'm blessed because PHP has given me the life that I've always wanted. And Patrick always talked about it, and the vision of who you can be, which is anybody that you want in life, so you can become, and the things you can accomplish, the families you can protect, the legacies you can build, and representing your last name. I think that's what I'm so prideful about, is that last name is so important to me, is protecting the last name and making your last name heavy. When somebody says your last name, they're like, oh my God, that person, that person. So I'm very prideful of that. So going in and just feeling blessed to live the life we're living, and to excited to see what's in the future holds for us as well.
Very cool, man. So let's take a look at how we build our next wave of leadership as we watch this video right here from the next board council retreat. Let's take a look at this. And by the way, Rodolfo, Chris, we can ask to pause it, so our team is ready here to run it, pause it if need be. So let's take a look at this next board council retreat video. It's not fully edited yet, so this is kind of like the teaser of the eventually finally edited video. So let's take a look at the next board council retreat at held at the Breakers Hotel in Palm Beach, Florida.
You saw the car. That was the day that we found the car, right?
Oh,
Patrick's car.
Can we rewind that real quick? Can we go back? Rodolfo, how was it? Can we rewind that real quick and go back to the opening scene with the Ferrari?
That's insane. But we drove it.
Yeah,
Remember that?
that's crazy. Yeah, we drove it in the rain.
Yeah.
So first of all, we're at Patrick's brand new house in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, $25 million house. And then we see this Ferrari. I don't know if we can go back to it. Can we go back to it? Oh, the car comes back. Okay. Patrick's house. This is his. What do you call this? What do you call this meeting room? The lounge. What do you call this spot? But this is inside his house. Thursday. Jay's collection, shoe collection, walk-in closet. Okay, there's a front. Can we pause it right there? Okay. So this car right here, $1 million, bro. $1 billion Ferrari. Yo! Chris, it was a hybrid. It was like half electric and then half gas.
It's the fastest car right now on the streets right now. It's the fastest car right now. The fastest legal car right now on the streets. And now we're talking about the car. How about the house? I mean, seriously? Oh my gosh.
And just to think, an Iranian war refugee made all this happen. And because he's honoring his dreams and goals, it's allowing guys like you and me to have our dreams and goals come true too as well.
Man, that's a sick car. I didn't even know they even make electric for Ferraris. That's amazing. Oh, wait, Matt, I don't even know how you fit in that car if you even try to get in there.
It was tough. It was tough. Rodolfo, remember that day? It's like
I know. I fit perfectly. Perfectly. Okay.
Yeah, there's a Ricky Aguilar. That is a Ducati Lamborghini hybrid. So it's a Ducati, co-op with a Lamborghini. Look at this Ferrari, man. So beautiful. It's funny how Florida weather is because there it's beautiful, it's sunny. Moments right after that, it started raining.
We went to the Versace. Man. How do you pronounce it, man?
Versace. Called Versace. Because there's an S in it.
Oh my gosh. I had the best ravioli I ever had in my life. I had it in that place.
Versace's house is crazy.
Melted in my mouth, the raviolis.
Now, back in the day, this house, by the way, this house is haunted. So Versace, I didn't realize, was shot and murdered in front of his house.
Wow.
Yep. In the house right there. So the house is haunted. But 100%.
Have they made a biography on it already?
Yeah.
I know they're doing one with Gucci, and I'm excited for that. I'm not sure if you've seen it. The trailers.
Is it sick? Is it trailer?
I know. I'm excited about the trailers, but I'm just thinking when you say Versace, it was like, have they already done a movie just like they're about to do with Gucci? It hasn't come out yet, or maybe it has. I haven't checked, but I would love to be able to see that biography or that movie, like the story of Versace.
Yeah. And speaking of Versace, can we pause here real quick? The company is so kind to us. I mean, what type of company? You talk about royal treatment. This is royal treatment. The ladies got Versace scarves. The men, we got Versace ties. I mean, talk about royal treatment. Not only we're at Versace, but we got a little sample of what Versace is all about. By the way, can I a little side note? So I've been frustrated throughout this whole entire pandemic that when I go to Gucci, and by the way, the company, hey Gucci, you got to know that PHP turned me on to Gucci. By the way, I wear Gucci. I'm wearing Gucci right now. I'm wearing Gucci. I got the Gucci belt. I love Gucci. Okay, I love Gucci. The only time I got Gucci, the first time I got Gucci was when we went to the first board council retreat. Because remember, Rodolfo, we got those slides.
Yes.
Right. So I'm like, oh.
Yes.
You go funny. I'm making $1 million. I'm not even buying fashion clothes until the company turns us on. Anyway, so this whole pandemic, I go to Gucci store, and what's in front of the Gucci store? Long lines. Long lines. I'm like, yo, I'm about to drop 2, 3, 4, 5 grand in the store, and I got to wait in line like I'm a freaking self-checkout line at Walmart. You know, what's up? And so I got frustrated with Gucci. Hey, Gucci, I got frustrated. You got a long line. It don't work, man. People like me, people like Rodolfo, people like Chris. So at least we got cash to spend, and not on debt. We got cash. You're talking to multiple 6-figure earner here and 7-figure income. We got money to spend at Gucci, but we ain't staying in line. How many guys would feel that same way? Would you feel the same way? You're about to drop $2,000 for a backpack.
Yeah, I went to Galleria over here. The same thing. I wanted to buy some Christian Louboutins and big line. But you know what I also realized? People have money to spend.
Oh, exactly.
People have money to spend.
People are broke. What about this unemployment line? What, you dropping thousands of dollars? I'm going to work, unemployment. People are walking out the store with Gucci bags.
If you go over here in Houston, you go to Galleria, it's full. It's packed. It's packed if you go right now. And people are shopping right now.
Tells you sometimes you can't listen to the media, bro. You cannot listen to the media because they'll give you a narrative you think it's the truth. When you go into reality, you and I, we live in reality. So my reality, so I go to the Gucci line. I'm like, I ain't waiting in line. I ain't waiting in line. So I turn around, and what do I see? Versace, right? And guess how many people are waiting in line to get into the Versace stores? 0. But the
Really?
store, right? They had people in the store, but there's no line. So I don't know, just the way Gucci's running their business. So I started slowly becoming a Versace guy. Because
so where do you lean for it? Like if you had to go choose a store or a brand, Matt or Rodolfo, same both questions. I'm just curious, what is your guys' brand? Was it you got Versace, Gucci, Ferragamo, Louis Vuitton, the list goes on. Where would you guys lean onto? I'm curious.
My brand is PHP brand. I wear PHP.
that brand buys other brands. Rodolfo, we might have lost you, bro. So your internal core temperature there of your cameras.
We're not in Texas.
Right.
But you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you for sure. Yeah, can we keep playing the video? Yeah. Oh, this old gorilla. This guy. That's right. PHP. We're getting into beast mode, baby. We are in beast mode. PHP. Yes.
That's sick. That is sick.
That's it, man. Ferraris all over the place. I mean, geez, this is.
No, so people don't know we went shopping that day, right? We went shopping. We took everybody over there. We went shopping. We went to Tom Ford. We went to Ferragamo. We went to all these places, Rolexes.
Yep.
We went there.
Yep. Exactly, man.
That's beautiful.
Here's the Breakers, man. This is the Breakers Hotel. Woo! This room is unbelievable. I think it was called the Gold Room. I mean, the ceiling was just decked out. Just history. We did case studies. You know, if you're looking to build your skill set in the insurance industry and your leadership and human development as an individual, as a professional, listen, leadership training, bar none, is here at PHP.
That's one of the best videos I ever seen, by the way. It's one of the best videos.
By the way, everybody's rushing back. You notice everybody's rushing back. What's our rule? What's our rule about coming back from the bathroom break?
Get back on time or you're locked out.
It's discipline. It's part of the discipline. It's discipline. You know, we have fun, but we play hard. We work hard.
Right.
I'm curious. So that location, and correct me if I'm wrong, that's where a lot of individuals host campaigns. A lot of presidents.
Oh, the Breakers? Oh yeah, it's the billionaire hangout.
Wow.
This is where billionaires. This is where billionaires go to hang out, relax, unwind. It's the Breakers Hotel. And then we're just being treated like royalty. I mean, this place is called the Meat Market, but look at the dinners we're having. The conversation. This table right here. Can you go back to that? Can you go back there? Oh, this table right here. That table is all the board councils, and all the board councils of PHP were all millionaires. So that table is pretty iconic because we remember being $100,000 earners, $250,000 earners, $500,000 earners, and boom, here we are now, just a few years later, all first generation cash flow millionaires, man. And so there, yeah, those conversations, Gaitan's there, Pelayo there, Vargas there, Del Toro's there. That was a board council table. And so, by the way, Chris, look at this picture here. You notice how Patrick is very strategic on who he sits down with. And what have you noticed about that with our CEO? What have you noticed about how strategic he is about just having the right conversation over a meal with somebody?
I think it's powerful because you get to connect with individuals that might relate to you, have same background to you, or that are doing something that's your next move towards. And it's just strategies, man. I mean, I've never met anybody so strategic. At the moment when he invited Billy Bean to our convention, I was like, I'm here forever.
Tell everybody about who Billy Bean is.
Billy Bean, he was the general manager for the Oakland A's, and his biggest obsession in the Major League Baseball was stats and breaking down numbers, base percentage. And what is remarkable is Patrick McDavid took that example, that theory, and literally utilized the strategies. And we go through it every big event that we've had. We break down numbers. We obsess about whether it's per associate, per licensing, per individuals that are showing up. But yeah, that's Billy Bean right there. Like I said, he's the general manager. Brad Pitt played his role for Moneyball, and I fell in love with that movie. I watched it practically hundreds of times, and because of that movie, our coach, when that movie came out, I believe it was 2012, we had to literally go watch it in theaters at 12 a.m. It popped out on the movie theater, and we went to go watch it just to realize like the strategies that the Oakland A's did. Because of the strategies that they did, the Red Sox won their one of their first World Series after many years because of the strategies that Billy Bean did, which was played by Brad Pitt. Like I said, funny movie, thrilling, exciting, and it's just makes you realize that studying numbers can really influence your organization and even your brand or whatever you're focusing on. So a great movie. I recommend it, guys.
Predictive
Analytics. Yeah.
Predictive analytics, what sets PHP Agency apart? Well, the company just put a $3 million investment to this thing called Bamboo that we have now on our phone, in terms of a system where it tracks our numbers and our dashboards, et cetera, et cetera. Because you want to know what your business is doing. You want to be able to track numbers. I mean, Chris, how often as a baseball player did you track stats? Did it help you as a player to track somebody's batting percentage, hitting percentage, slugging percentage?
It was the amount of your first of all, batting percentage was the number one thing. Like, were you obsessed about getting on base? Doesn't matter how you got on base, you get on base. And then from that point on, is how many RBIs you have. What is an RBI? An RBI is when you flag carry your guys to score in baseball terms, right? Is when you hit the ball and somebody comes in and your team gets a score. So an RBI is you flag carrying, you helping the team. And sometimes you have to do a sacrifice. You have to sacrifice yourself for the greater of the team. So how many RBIs have you done? Because individually as a coach, you're seeing like, man, this guy is there for the team, not there for himself. All right. So we study all the numbers, your speed, your toss. I remember I was obsessed. Every other week I was gaining a mile because I was getting stronger. I started with 78 miles an hour from third base to first base. I went from 79 miles an hour across third base to 80 miles, 81. I got all the way up to 89 miles an hour from third base to first base, throwing the ball. So even like strategizing how strong you are, how fast you're getting, how far you're hitting the ball, how many home runs you got. So when you take that mindset and you take it to PHP, it's just like, oh, this is my game. This is my platform. I want to take it to the top.
I want to ask you about this. I want to talk about this because lots of times people don't think that the insurance industry is something that's booming or attractive. But let's take a look at this article here right quick. According to Insurance News Net, LIMRA, which Life Insurance Marketing Research Association, which the former CEO to LIMRA is a board member of PHP. The former CEO of LIMRA is now a board member of PHP. And LIMRA reports that life insurance premium is up 18% in the third quarter, which means that it represents the third consecutive quarter of double-digit growth. So first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. It looks like 2021, if you're going to pick a time to be involved in the insurance industry, it's now. So Rodolfo, I want to know from you, what are you seeing in Houston? Chris, what are you seeing there in Montebello, LA? What are you seeing in terms of seeing spikes of people wanting to buy insurance?
Look at this, man. I'm gonna tell you, my sales, the sales of the team is growing. My personal sales are growing, and here's what I found. Okay, I never seen in the history of my career people wanted to buy life insurance. Life insurance has always been sold. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We have to offer it. I have never, ever, ever seen in my career people looking for us, asking us, "Hey, Rodolfo, I heard you're in the life insurance." Literally, I have had maybe 10 clients the last 2 weeks that reach out to me. Bro, I never seen that before. Like, we always reaching out to people, right? Contacting people. I would say maybe more. 10 clients that have reached out to me for life insurance and annuities. Just had somebody else who asked me, "Rodolfo, I need to roll over my money." And this is like 400,000, 500,000, $1 million of people that are rolling over the money. I never.
For the people that don't know what a rollover is, explain what a rollover is.
Rollover is pretty simple. Somebody might have their money in the 401k or IRA, or these are retirement accounts, and they may have it in a CD in the bank. So they think like this: "Oh my gosh, I have my money in a bank. I'm not making any money. My interest is very low." Or they might say, "Oh my gosh, I have it over here in the stock market. I might lose some money. I don't want to lose money, and my money is at risk." So a rollover, you might roll over the money into an index annuity. Your money is protected, and you get to participate in the market when the market goes up. So people is like, "You kidding me? You're telling me that I can protect my money? I can move my money where I have it, and I can move it here?" Yeah, you can. And we help families with that. Imagine how many people right now, let's just say somebody 58, 60-year-old, 61-year-old, 65-year-old, having their money in the bank thinking, "Oh my gosh, I'm not making any money." Or maybe somebody who's 63-year-old listening to this say, "Oh my gosh, I cannot afford to lose any money anymore. What if I have another crash? What if I have another COVID?"
Mm-hmm.
I never seen in my career people reaching out to me, because people, "Oh my gosh, you're the insurance guy. You insure, you not only do insure lives, but you can also insure my money." Yes, I can help you with that. I never seen it. Unbelievable. By the way, that 18% is the industry, right? I'm gonna tell you, my business is not 18%. It's way more than that.
So we're not talking about a small, Rodolfo, for people that don't know Rodolfo's story, we're not talking about a small agency. You're all in the United States, you're in Puerto Rico, you have thousands of agents, because in order to be a board counsel, you need 1,500 agents in your agency across the country. So we're not talking about Rodolfo's business being an agency of 10 people or 20 people or 30 people. We're talking about thousands of life insurance agents. And Rodolfo, you're leading the way this year in new licensed agents as an organization. So when you say that your number is way above 18%, guys, that's a big number.
Way above that. So you want to know about the license? I also never seen this before. Like, people are thinking, this is a great profession. I think that the times where life insurance was, "Oh, life insurance, I mean, whatever, the insurance guy," it's over. I think that people are realizing it's a good profession. There is a lot of money to be made, and it's fun. That's the issue that a lot of people have. Like, you see a Chris Solis, Chris, man, I don't know, because he looks boring. I'm 27-year-old, 25-year-old. I don't know if I want to do something like that. People are realizing how much fun it is. Like yesterday, we're closing up. We're having a party over here at the office. And people are enjoying. You're helping. And at the same time, you're making money. Look at that combination. Look at that combination.
Yep. I want to show this. I want to show this here real quick. To your point, Rodolfo, that the insurance industry is just something that a lot of people are in demand about. It says increased consumer interest, right? Increased consumer interest. Increased consumer interest in life insurance and expansion of accelerated underwriting programs help whole life sales across all distribution channels. LIMRA is forecasting double-digit growth in whole life sales for 2020. Whole life, because there's two styles of insurance. There's term insurance, cheap, vanilla, low premium, high death benefit. And then you have your permanent lifestyle, and inside that style of life insurance, you have different versions of permanent life insurance. In this case, they're quoting whole life and term life increased as well too. COVID-19 raised Americans' awareness. COVID-19 raised Americans' awareness about the importance of having enough life insurance. Our research finds that more than a third of consumers said they plan to purchase life insurance over this year, said Carol. So the interesting part about this too as well, because we do PHP, we do everything but variable. But it says here, Index Universal Life, which is one of the Forte products that we offer through our agency, jumped 21% in the third quarter, with 2/3 of Iowa carriers increasing their sales, and all but one carrier reporting double-digit growth. So, Chris, what are you seeing in the Latino market? Are you seeing also the same thing there in Montebello, in Denver?
I've never experienced this amount of individuals asking instead of me asking. They come in, random individuals come into our office. Is this where you guys do insurance retirement? Yes. I need one. I need one for me, for my husband or my wife or my kids. I had a father the other day come in with his 16-year-old daughter, and he wanted to make sure that she's putting $1,000 into a cash value account. By the time she's 20 years old, she's going to buy her first property using that as a down payment, just utilizing the cash value. He says, I want to make sure she's setting her money here. By the time she's 20, we're going to buy her first, units. And it's just crazy that we have people coming in just to get these types of accounts because of the, tax benefits that they get. And then others are just understanding that the pandemic was a big eye opener. So it's just, they are coming to me, or they're adding more insurance. At the same time, agents randomly say, hey, is this where PHP is at? Is this where, Patrick Davis is? Is this where, does Money Smart Guy work in this company? Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I work with him.
Yes.
But it's incredible because it's just, it's never been more easier to explain how the services work, how the benefits that they offer, and individuals just randomly coming into our office just saying, hey, I want to get started. I would have never thought that, but this industry is the number one for the most millionaires that it creates, and it just shows it with a group of individuals that we have on this call right now.
So there's one thing that we solve, right? It's the insurance conversation. I think the other thing we're solving is this issue right here. 52% of American workers say they lag retirement savings. In other words, they don't have enough for retirement. In other words, they'll never retire. Half of people in America say they lag retirement savings. And if you lag retirement savings, you'll have to work way past 65. You'll have to work past way 70. I'm wondering, have you guys seen a tick in you having clients that are in their 70s, late 60s, late 60s, 70s, still working in the marketplace, or not even having life insurance?
All the time. Yeah, all the time. Here's what happened. Nobody teaches us to save money, or how to save money, how to prepare for the future. We know how to spend our money. We just recently have the Cyber Monday and Black Friday. Mm-hmm. And we are really good spenders. That's reality. And nobody's coming and teaching us. Hey, listen, man, you need to put away. Like I read this a long time ago about Asians. What percentage of their income they put it toward retirement? Asian. Well, you're Asian, Sapaula, but
that stat you're about to quote, it might have skipped the Filipinos.
I don't know. But I read about it pretty interesting a long time ago. 20% of their income they're educated. You know what? You make this kind of money, 20% of your income to the future, 20% of your income to the future. Average American, I mean, how much percentage of our income do we put away toward the future, towards our legacy? It's not 20%, it's not 10%, it's not 5%, it's not 1%. It's minus 1%. Because we know how to spend money. We get into debt. We know how to get into debt. And reality is, if we don't teach, or if we don't learn how to do it, future is going to be very interesting, very difficult. So, but you're right. People are ready for retirement? No way. No way. That's why people work. Some people they work because they want to, right? Some people love to work and they need to have activity, but a lot of people they work because they have to, and they don't have anything else to do. So that's what I'm be watching right now in the community right now. So I hope that people are preparing and saving money, preparing for the future.
And if they're not saving money, and here's the thing too, so here's a reality. Inflation is up. You know, the last month they said inflation is up at 6.2%. We have the highest gas prices ever. Chris, what's gas like there in LA?
We're all about breaking records in California. Yeah, that's the record we're breaking. We've seen up to $5.39 to $5.49. I'm not sure. Somebody took a picture somewhere in California where they said it shot up to $7. I'm trying to stay as far away from that city as possible. But yeah, it's crazy. Everything's expensive over here. Even to the side, houses over here. I'm not sure if you know where Victorville is at. No shots at Victorville, but minimum house in Victorville is $500,000.
What?
Now,
Yes. Victorville's in the middle of nowhere.
Victorville, it's you look forward, there's desert. You look to your right, there's desert. Right behind me, there's desert. And if you, like I said, it's just incredible what's going on. Well, not incredible, but it's just surprising what's going on with the cost of living drastically. It's changing.
I'm in Texas. I'm in Dallas. It's not too bad. It's $3.30. Rodolfo, what's gas like this? Is roughly
the same as Dallas. Yeah, same.
Okay, so gas is up, food costs are up, real estate is up. Chris, let me ask you this question. When's the last time you really worried about gas going to $4 or $5? You still fill up your gas tank, right?
All the time.
And here's why. For those of you worried about rising costs of inflation, raising costs of gas prices, the reason why Rodolfo's not worried, his wife Seth is not worried, why Chris Solis is not worried, why Stephanie Solis is not worried, my wife Sheena is not worried, but I'm not worried about this stuff because we control the one thing we can control, which is our income. We can control our income. We can't control gas. We can't control real estate. We can't control utility costs, but we can control is our income. So the other problem that PHP solved, that we solved very well, is this. If you have this problem right here, let me go back to that article. If you got this problem, this survey reports that 52% of workers say their retirement savings are not where they need to be, and further, 60% are not sure whether they'll be on track. So in other words, people need you to help them get educated about money. And once you're educated about money, guess what we can help you do here? Increase that income, because people are rating their retirement accounts to stay afloat. So if you're rating your retirement accounts, what will you have then available for you to grow down the road for you to retire on? Nothing. So if you're the type of person that rated your retirement account that got stuck in a financial position, Generation X said they were behind. Baby boomers say they're behind. Millennials say they're behind. Gen Z and the TikTok generation say this, they've been falling behind. So if that's you, that's one area we can help you fix by having you consider this business on a part-time basis, getting involved in this industry on a part-time basis. Chris, what percentage of your agents would you say are part-time versus full-time?
I would say it's majority part-time basis, and these are part-timers that are making anywhere along the lines of $3,000 to $4,000 part-time. So it just shows this business where we have people that are making six figures at their job and they're making six figures here, part-time basis, and we have individuals doing that. So this business is remarkable.
Yeah, the industry is very profitable. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, Rodolfo, I mean, in your business, you have somebody in your organization in Puerto Rico that's got the company record of making, what was the record?
Yeah, second month, $97,000 in a month. Yeah, pretty legit, huh? But I tell you, not 9,700, 97,000 second month. And this guy make the first year, he's about to make $500,000 super fast. But anyway, Matt, you were mentioning about the inflation and the cost of gas, and the people who are actually struggling with this inflation is the people that have a fixed income. If Somebody has a fixed income. You need to find a way to get out of the fixed income or keep the fixed income and do your side hustle or do something else. And that's when our business comes along. I recommend people to do something else. If they want to do real estate, go do real estate. Somebody wants to do Bitcoin and invest, go do the stuff. Somebody wants to do, I used to be a security guard. Somebody wants to be security guard at night, go and do security guard at night if you guess that's what you want. My suggestion is to get into insurance and financial services. Because let me, like, again, I mean, it's insane. First of all, insanity, the amount of money that you can do, that you can make. And it's also the education that you get. You know what, all these things that you were talking about, the percentages and everything, you learn for yourself. Like, you're a money smart guy. If you don't get into this industry, do you think that you will learn that like, you will become money smart if you don't get into this industry? So my opinion is we have a vehicle that, yes, you can try part-time. And many companies don't want you part-time. Many companies, they want you full-time and give all and sell all your soul and everything, come full-time. We want you part-time. We love people part-time. We love part-timers. Don't we?
We love part-time. Chris, I want to ask you this question. You've obviously been around the business now for a while, making six figures in the business, in the lens and radar screen of many different sales organizations in the insurance industry. And they probably enticing, hey, Chris, coming over here, we have a high commission. By the way, there's a big difference between commission percentage and overall compensation package. Okay. So Chris, they try to entice you. Because let me ask you this question. Were you heavily recruited into the insurance industry before PHP?
No.
Are you being heavily recruited now?
I guess I would say I have a few people say, hey, exactly how you mentioned this. Like, hey, you should consider over here. And
so PHP, what I mean, you're being enticed by other insurance organizations. What keeps you here? The other insurance companies like, we'll give you a higher commission contract. We're going to give you leads. We got a great lead program. I got a guy right now that just sent me a text. I want to know more about PHP's lead program, which, by the way, we don't have a lead program. We show you how to create and self-generate because we give you a lead program, it means we're in control of your life. He or she that control your leads, he's in control of your life. Chris, what keeps you here?
I mean, if I wanted to go that route, it's like me going back, me trying to do real estate, because it's similar in real estate, and that happens all the time. Hey, I'll give you a higher contract over here. But what I realize is that you're just by yourself. You're by yourself, and you start out. You're 20 years old, then you're 30, then you're 40, then you're 50, then you're 60. You're still working by yourself, and you want to be able to build a franchise. You want to be able to build a organization where it's taking care of you. You're not taking care of it. And I got sold out to that. I got sold out to building an organization and being sold out to passive income. And it's remarkable. The platform and the bonuses, the contracts that we have, and if I can even mention the culture, no other company has that. And the leadership, the mentorship, the loyalty as well. It's just there's nothing out there. I mean, like I've had people say, I'll give you 100%, I'll get 120%. So then what's left for everybody else? There's nothing. And why would I help anybody else? I'm not incentivized to help anybody else. That's not my nature. In the beginning of this podcast, I said I married my wife because it's not you. It's let's everybody else wins. And we're not here to be kings. We're here to be king makers. And I'm sold out to that philosophy. And that's what PHP is sold out to: building kings, building mayors, governors, income earners, ring earners, $1 million earners. And I know that's what I was sold out to in PHP.
Yeah, that guys, if you want to know, we're in the same industry as a lot of people. We just play sport differently. Rodolfo, we got a question here from Paulina G. Paulina G says, I'm working on my business, but I've been having some issues with no shows or last minute cancellations. What advice do you have for that? From Paulina G.
Unfortunately, you're the only person in sales that has ever experienced that. Nobody else has. Yeah, I mean, it's two solutions, right? One is a skill, the other one is activity, meaning a skill. Maybe we need to become a little bit better on setting up the appointment, be a little bit, push a little, meaning pushing doesn't mean that you're going to force it. It's like when you're calling the person, you might say, are you the type of person that keep your word? Are you the type of person that always come on time? That is a skill. So maybe you, Paulina, you can improve in the way that you set up the meeting, or maybe send him a message before the meeting. Don't just waiting for them to come. So maybe a reminder. That is a skill, which is super easy to improve. But the other one is activity. You know what I do with my cancellations? You know why I don't have too many cancellations? Because I overbook myself. I have so many. I don't even notice when, oh my gosh, you didn't. Yesterday, I do the meeting over here in the office, right? We have jam-packed office with guests, okay? And they come to the office, and literally, we get so many agents yesterday, people getting licensed. It was so exciting yesterday. Literally, yes, we didn't have room yesterday at the office, and I have a huge office over here in Houston. And this person texted me, "Hey, I'm so sorry I couldn't make it." And I'm like, uh, I didn't say this, right? But in my mind, I didn't even notice. I'm sorry, man. I, I, I didn't even notice that you didn't show up. But we're meeting today. But the point is, you overbook. One is a skill. My best solution that I have found, I'm always overbooked. I have so many appointments that I don't even notice it if somebody doesn't show up.
Hey, that's sales and marketing 101. There's a question here from Nati Morales 1. I need to find a mentor for a class. I recently joined PHP, just got my license about 2 weeks ago, thank God. Can I connect with your wife, please, for mentoring? So, Nati Morales, I don't know where you're located, but if you're in Montebello, or whoever your marketing director is, number one, go back to them and ask them. But if you happen to be in Montebello, LA, make sure you reach out and connect with Chris and Christopher Solis. If you happen to be in Houston, make sure you talk to Rodolfo Vargas. And you talk to them about a national co-leadership program, because that's what we have with inside the company. You can build a national business through our national co-leadership program. So that you have a local mentor there, local manager, marketing director to guide you, coach you, mentor you. And so I don't know if this is a question or if it's a comment from Kathy Buckler. She says, wait, you received gifts. I guess she's referencing the video. You received gifts and you went shopping.
Yes, that's what we do in the trip.
That's cool. Yeah, we do both. And by the way, we end up shopping not necessarily just for ourselves. We're shopping for our family. We're shopping for other people. You know, that's the cool thing about this. So, guys, as we wrap up this podcast, Chris, your final thoughts here, man, as we're closing off this year of 2021, and you and your organization, what are your final thoughts here as we've gone through this pandemic now for the last 2 years? People are saying this whole Omicron variant. You know, I think people right now are jaded with Zoom. People are jaded with this pandemic. There's going to be constant variants. It's going to be happening. What are your final thoughts here, man, as we wrap up this podcast on the outlook for you and the outlook for business and insurance industry in 2022?
Well, first and foremost, I do want to thank God for, like I said, everything that has been happening. We've been getting closer to God, and everything that's been transitioning, and just relying on faith. And foremost, the company for always looking to get better. I'm so blessed that this company is always looking to get better and better and better. And what that does, that trickles down to everybody. Where as an individual, we just want to be a better individual for everybody else. We want to be better coaches, better mentors, better examples, better husbands, and better friends. So for us, in finishing up this year, we're taking a step at a time and understanding that everything's coming back to normal. And we're excited that our office is up and going, all in Spanish, by the way. So if you want to learn Spanish, we have Spanish classes here now every Tuesdays and Saturdays, right? But we're looking to help 2-3 more individuals become marketing directors by December. Wrap up a watch earner as well, wrap up $250,000 ring, and wrap up million point base shop, and flag carrier for the organizational nobility, and represent the team. And if it wasn't for the team, we wouldn't be here today. So I gotta thank the organization, us CFR, which stands for Courageous, Fearless, Resilient. So I appreciate both of you for having me on this call, as well as PHP.
Chris, one more time, those three words, so everybody can make sure they hear that.
In Spanish, courageous, fearless, and resilient. CFR.
CFR, love it, man. Awesome. And by the way, if you guys are in LA, Montebello, Colorado, make sure we've been sharing his Instagram handle here. Make sure you follow Chris Solis on IG, and also you peep out his stories as he's evolving and growing as an entrepreneur on the PHP Agency platform. Multiple six-figure income earner, senior vice president, going on to executive vice president here with PHP. And I had the pleasure of working together with his VP, which is Andrew and Jennifer Gaines, because they've recently relocated out here to Dallas. Great working together with them too as well. Rodolfo, your final thoughts, brother. On what do you think, bro? Championship? You going to Qatar, bro? You going to Qatar?
By the way, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. We're gonna have a great business plan tomorrow. It's gonna be amazing tomorrow.
Right. I'll see you. Yep.
I tell everybody this, man. I mean, if you're listening to this, join the train, get in the train. I mean, the train is leaving. You know, if I'm you, I'm not wasting my opportunity. This is a time. There has never been a better time to get into the industry. Never been a better time to be a leader in the company. Never been a better time to for you to learn something new. This is the right time to do it, and with the right leadership, and so you can make your 2022 the beginning of the greatest years of your life. I believe that 100%. So if you're listening to this, get in the train. The train is not leaving yet. It's about to leave, but jump into the train, man. That's what I tell everybody, man.
It's awesome, Rodolfo. And for those of you that's in Southern California, yours truly, the Money Smart Guy, will be in Santa Ana, December 4th. This Saturday, we're doing a super overview of who we are, what we do, potentially what's in there for you. So this is a message to those of you watching this, part of the PHP Agency family in Southern California, MSM. We're doing a special super, we call it a super BOM, basically glorified, expanded overview about who we are, what we do, what the message of PHP is, the vision of PHP Agency. I'll be there hosted by Gautam and Gabby Aurora in Santa Ana.
You're going to be in Santa Ana?
Yep.
This weekend?
This weekend, this Saturday. Yep.
I'm going to be in Puerto Rico. If you know anybody, I'm going to be in Puerto Rico on Saturday.
Saturday. Yes. Boricua, with the Boricuas. Bro.
Yes.
I want to go to Puerto Rico, man. My challenge, I feel
Let's go.
Adequate, bro.
You can be my guest speaker.
I'll learn a couple of words. That's all I know, and maybe I know some Puerto Rican food. I know some pollo chon, some pollo guisado, some pateles. Yeah. Oh man,
mofongo.
Mofongo. Oh man. But I will be in Saturday in Santa Ana this Saturday. Sheena will be in Oakland next week too as well, with Northern California. So we're looking to just get the word out, making sure people close off this year strong, remind themselves of what this country is all about. The land of the home, the free, the brave. It takes courage to make money, everybody. It takes courage to make money. And if you're operating in a position of fear, you'll never get anything done. And if you have the desire, the dream, the goal, say, you know what? I don't want my financial situation kick my tail anymore. I'm tired of playing financial defense. Well, maybe it's time for you to play some financial offense. And by doing so, it's about the books you read, the meetings you attend, and the people you surround yourself with. So I encourage you, if you don't have that already, make sure you show up to our local offices across the country. We'll host workshops twice a week. If you don't know where to connect, email us here at podcast@phpagency.com. If you watch this right now, email us at PHP Podcast right now. You happen to be in north side, east side of the country, south, west, and you're unsure, we can most likely find you somebody in your area. We're all across the United States now. We even got people in Alaska. We got people in Oregon. We got people in Washington. We got people in Hawaii. We got people in Puerto Rico. We got people all coast to coast. And it wasn't that same story just 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago. So but we have that reality today. Why? Because we have a company filled with leaders. They're willing to grow. They have the entrepreneurial desire, the vision, the mission to save America through free enterprise. That being said, guys, if you haven't done so already, make sure you click subscribe to our YouTube channel here, PHP Agency. Make sure you share this with somebody that you may know that might look to get involved, be the next Chris Solis, the next Rodolfo Vargas of their generation, of their city and states. Who knows? It might be you. Here you have a Mexicano. We have an El Salvadorian. You got a Filipino here, all saved through this economic system called capitalism, all saved through this industry called the insurance industry, all saved through this platform called PHP Agency. Give me these a shout. That being said, guys, happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas. And start playing off of this whole inflation thing, and make sure you start making moves to make sure this year is ending to be the beginning of the greatest years of your financial life. On behalf of Chris Solis, Rodolfo Vargas, I'm your money smart guy from Dallas, Texas. And until we meet again, continue to help people, continue to love people, and continue to change your lives today. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. See you next Wednesday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Bye.